Alright guys, today we're not working on the 4-8 end, we're working on the mower deck behind it. Now, this is an old mower deck. It's King Kutter brand. It's old, it's beat up. I don't know what else to say. Take a look at this mower deck. If this is the same type of mower deck that you're going to work on, then here you go. So what I'm trying to do is increase the mowing length, okay? I cut this a few days ago, so it's hard to tell, but I generally let my grass get longer, similar to this. Cut it down, feed it to my animals like my my rabbits and so on. But this is mowing shorter than my push mower mows, and I would like to mow about 4 inches, and I think this is mowing about 2 right now. So we need to change the height. Now I'm only going to change the height a little bit at a time, and I'll come back and redo it later. But I would happily say that this height has probably never been changed on this thing, and who knows how old it is. So I just want to kind of show you how these come apart. They're kind of a pain in the butt at first, but you'll get it. So let's see, let's pick one. This one I haven't gotten off yet, and there's a reason, and that's the top's mushroomed, and we'll get that. So you can see here that the way that this stack is currently set up, well, okay, before we talk about stacks, wheel comes up and there's a pin that goes in the top. I got the pin out obviously because I'm trying to beat it down, and that's how I mushroom the edge. Don't fucking do that, because you'll be out here for 20 hours trying to get it off. But essentially there's a stack. Here you can see there's a little washer, there's a medium washer, and there's a thick washer. Let's just call that stack. It has grease fittings on the sides of it. Yeah, so there's a pin that goes in the top. You can kind of see that pin up there. I just put that one back in. Buy new pins before you do this. All these pins are coming out rusty, beat up, and broken. I just have these pins that came out of the Amazon value pack of pins. It has 15 sizes in it, so those work. Now here's the big issue, and I'm finding it on all of them. If I come over to this one, which I have out but I haven't readjusted yet, these spacers, they fit real tight onto this. Let me see if I can get this back up here and if it'll stay. It ain't gonna stay. Put my knee under it and hold it. Okay, there. So these spacers here, when they go on here, they are a tight fit. Okay, you can see there ain't really much of a gap there. It doesn't have a lot of wiggle room. And this one is, and right there at the top, see where it's mushroomed just a little bit, doesn't want to come off. Especially these ones. These ones, for some reason, real tight fit. Can't even get that back on there. Alright, so that's the issue. I'm trying to take something that's been sitting outside for however many years, rusty, and something that's fit real tight on there that's also rusty, trying to get them to come apart. I can tell you right now, once you get it over that first one, like see how that's the thick one on top, once you get it past that first one, it'll come right out. But it is a fight all the way up to get it past the first one. So let's say you're going to change your height. Okay, we're talking about changing the height on this deck. You're going to go over here to this one, well, any of them, go up to it, get your pin out, which is going to be a little pain in the butt because it's going to be bent up, rusty, soft piece of junk pin, and get it out of there. I found that the best way to do this is find you a couple different sizes of pry bars or whatever. Get you a fork. Forks are great tools because you're going to get it in there. You're going to drive it in until you have some space. Out of all these, I found that this one's the best for the job of just getting it up in here. I got to rotate this. Get it up in here and get something to pry on. You know, do whatever you can to get some tension, like right there. And that way you can just put some weight on it and hold it down. Now, if you're like me and you don't have the little leveling, the lift assist piece that comes from back here and it comes up, forks out, and then goes to your tractor, so that way you can lift it, because when I hook my mower up, I'm mowing. I don't need to lift it up in the air like it is right now usually. Well, if you don't have that and you try to lift it with the drive up there, it's only going to lift the front. Okay. So what you need to do is you need to run a strap or something back here and then go up over top of this little drive here. Make sure it's perfectly centered and then tighten it up before you lift it in the air, and make sure that damn thing is tight, because, well, if it slips, slam it back in the ground. Well, not make sure it's tight, make sure it's fucking in the center, because if it slips, it's going to slam back in the ground. So essentially what I'm doing is soaking these down with some PV Blaster in advance, and trying to give it a little bit of time to soak. But even then, it's really hard to get off just because of the press fit of the piece. Now what I'm going to do on this one, because this one again I mushroomed that top out and it's already a tight fit, I ain't getting it past there, because I'm going to push it back up, and I cannot for the life of me find my grinder. I know it's around here somewhere. I just used it the other day. No clue where I put it. So I got a grinder disc that is the sanding disc, the flapper disc, and I'm just going to go around the edge and try to knock that off. It's a soft metal, so hopefully that works. But the big thing is, I hit it on top and mushroomed it, which is probably a big mistake here. But once you get that fork in there, this fork, and you start to hammer it down, it messed up that spacer. I really don't care that much. It's not doesn't need to be a perfect fit. But you can see I got my fork in there. From that point, you can take a hammer and hit right here on this side. These are a lot stronger than the top of this for no damn reason. So I'm going to hit right here when I'm trying to get it off. Again, that one I got to blast back out the top to fix that edge, because you can see right there where it's mushroomed pretty bad. So, but yeah, that's where you're going to hit it. You're going to hit it right here. You can see where clearly at some point in generations of people working on it, they've hit it there. Or that was from me, one or the other, whatever. This essentially is not locked in there. It's just that top ring being locked to where that pressure fit is. So it would probably be best if in the future, if I have to take this off again, that I'm going to slightly grind all that down. Because at the end of the day, it doesn't need to be a pressure fit. At the end of the day, all of the weight is going to be on the spacers below the bracket itself. That's where all the weight's going to be until you lift it up. And then when you lift it up, that pin is simply going to hold that tire in place. It does not need to be this close of a fit or close of a tolerance. It doesn't need to be that tight of a tolerance. It's kind of ridiculous, to be honest with you. So that's how you're going to change the height adjustment on these tractors, or not these tractors, or on these mowing decks. So that's how you're going to change the height adjustment on these. And again, I can't tell you the exact what this mowing deck is. I bought it for, a couple $100 off a farmer that used it for a lot of years to mow a field, and that's just because, again, I live on a homestead and I like to let my grass get long and then cut it so I can feed my sheep, feed my rabbits, and feed all the other things. So yeah, I hope this video helped. If you have any other questions, feel free to leave them down there. I probably wouldn't get under here with that strap, just that strap holding it on. That's not an intelligent thing to do, but it is a good time to check your blades, how they look. And if I knew where my grinder was, I would definitely be sharpening those. Look at that, I ran over a ratchet strap at some point in time. Probably gonna want to get in there with a blade and cut that out so everything spins properly. It's good to do some maintenance. So yeah, again, I'm not doing that today just simply based on the fact I don't know where my grinder is, and that's driving me nuts. I look over there, and then because there's 3 blades under here, middle one has a piece of wire wrapped around it. Again, do not get under here with just that strap holding it up. This thing's very heavy, and if it falls off that strap, you're screwed. So this is a good way to lift it up to work on external things. But if you're going to be working on internal things, get you a bunch of pieces of wood or some blocks or something, and put it up on stands. Don't be working on it with just the strap holding it up. And I certainly ain't getting all the way underneath there where that wire is, because if that falls, it's taking the arm off with it. So yeah, there you can see this a little better. There's the bigger spacer, there's the small spacer, medium one's on top, and that will change my height. So I'll get this set up and we'll see where the height is, and then from there decide if we want to put, swap this spacer with that one. I wouldn't put no spacer on top of here, because you want something for this pin to rest on better than the, you'll be fine, do whatever you want. I don't know, don't listen to me, I don't know what I'm talking about. So I hope this helps. If you have any more questions, leave them in the comments. Be sure to subscribe for maintenance and custom build stuff, and get out there, build cool things, have fun, and most importantly, have a good day.